Hi guys, Lee Cole here. Thanks so much for looking at this quick video. I've got my wonderful friend Jeanne Kolenda on here, and Jeanne's got a great new product called Veterinary Client Systems. Jeanne, this is like, you're going to tell us all about it, but I know you do a lot of social posting stuff and stuff like that, but this is a different take on that whole microservice thing, right?
It is. It's a much bigger and broader approach than just social posting. And I don't talk about it a lot, but it's still a huge part of my local business as an
Yeah.
agency.
Now, so for people looking at this who, I said microservice and can you define that? And also, can you help us understand that just because you're doing a microservice does not mean that you're making a micro income? Can you talk about
That's
that
true.
whole
hmm
world a little bit?
hmm a microservice is an activity-based service, something that your clients aren't going to call you at 11 o'clock at night and say, why have my rankings dropped? How come I'm not getting phone calls? Because you're not promising any of that. I used to do that. It was called SEO. I did not like that because, yes, Google did dances and things happened. And then I had to scurry and hustle and figure out how can I get this guy's phone to ring more. And so then I got into microservices that are activity based, meaning that they are paying me a smaller amount of money that flies under their budget radar to do activities for them that they can't do for themselves.
And it's not, if I'm hearing you correctly, because I went through the whole SEO thing years ago
Yeah,
and
it's
and and
awful.
and dropped it like a hot rock
Oh yeah, it's awful.
for exactly the same reason.
Yeah.
Um, Basically, when you're selling SEO, you're literally selling a result.
Yeah,
Otherwise, why pay for it, right?
that's
But what
right.
you're talking about is you're not selling a result. You're just selling the fact that yes, I'm going to do this stuff that has to do with the digital marketing of your business, but that you don't have the time or bandwidth to do.
That's right.
I love
So
it.
I have identified several of those services and I do them actively. And the one that usually people associate me with the most is my favorite one, and it's the social media content. And I'm so sorry. Usually it's your dog's barking. This
I
time the
know.
this time the doorbell's ringing and mine are barking. But my husband will take care of that.
It's all good. We love dogs.
Yes, we do. Um, but this is it's something that,
Social posting.
yeah. Of course, I love that, and I can charge them, 150 bucks a month or so, or other people say they're getting more. I kind of leave mine low, but there are other services that I do that I can tack on another $100 a month, another $100 a month, and all of a sudden I've got at least a $500 a month income, and all I'm doing is some basic services that don't take me long to do. And
Okay,
I would rather have 20 of those clients any day than a little bit of SEO client pay me $2,000 a month.
well, number one, just so people know, I know that you have far more than 20. Number
I do.
two, uh, 20 times 500 is $10,000 a month, and that's $120,000 a year, which you're going to end up with 90 or $100,000
Mhm.
after your expenses. And that's a fine income.
It is.
If you really can't live off of that, you're spending too much money.
Yeah.
Um, I love the microservices, but you keep saying stuff you do. I mean, my God, if you've got all these clients, you must be staying up 24 hours a day doing all this crap.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You want to explain that part to
Oh, no,
people?
no, no. Well, this stuff is kind of put on autopilot and
Yes,
it just kind of runs itself like my social posting. I don't spend more than a couple hours a year on that.
I
And
love
that's just
that.
check and make sure it's still working,
So all these microservice things and
Mhm.
within veterinary client system, you are revealing more of your microservice business to people and
Yes.
teaching them how to do it.
Yes.
But all of this microservice stuff actually, once you set it up, which is really easy to do, it sits there and runs on autopilot,
Hmm.
and your client pays you month after month after month.
They do.
I mean, we talked about this on several interviews, so I'm just summarizing for people. And
Mhm.
you don't lose clients because for each one, they're getting all this great stuff for just a few $100 a month. So, I mean, they're not even going to think about it in the grand scheme of their business expenses,
True.
which means they, unlike SEO or something, right? You know, where, yeah, I've had that call before, I
Yeah.
mean, like Google changes, rankings went away, phones, died, we're having a panic attack, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's BS. I was going to say
Yeah.
something else, but it's BS.
Yeah.
But
It
anyway,
is.
I know it's important to the client. It's just that I didn't want to run my life like that. You don't want to run your life like that.
Mm-mm.
You get, you sell this easy to sell stuff. It's easy to sell because it's obvious people need it. And
Hmm.
again, the price point is almost a no brainer for them.
It is.
And then you just set them up and you're done. And it just runs like forever. I think you've been doing this for like 2.5 years, 3 years,
Hmm.
something like that. And you've just got
Not
clients
not
paying you
quite
month.
three, but yeah.
Okay, so 2.5,
Hmm.
which in internet world is a long time, right? You
Yep.
got people paying you month after month after month after month, which means that you don't really have any dropout of clients, which means that if you want to grow your business more, all you got to do is get a few more clients.
Yeah, and I said that in one of my training videos. I talked about the opportunity and the income with veterinarians.
Yeah,
And with anything, it's like this. You get to decide how much money you want to make.
exactly.
Nobody's making you do anything.
No,
Nobody's forcing you to do anything, but neither can anyone stop you from doing whatever you want.
right. Different people have different goals. Some people want
Yeah,
a vast amount of money, other people want a vast amount of time, but
that's right.
enough money to where they can enjoy their lives, right?
So you want an extra $1,000 a month? Go get you two clients.
Yes,
You
that
want 10,000?
I
Go
think
get.
even a dead dog could go get two clients.
I think so.
Now,
Yeah.
so within veterinary client systems, and we don't want to reveal the whole thing because that's really taking away from you. And by
Hmm.
the way, folks, this is ridiculously inexpensive, this
It
training.
is.
I mean, the training is pure gold. The price she's asking for it is ridiculously inexpensive. But within the training and veterinary client systems, you have more of these microservices that you're doing.
Hmm.
And basically, a person can get paid on a setup basis. In other words, setting this stuff up, and then you get paid monthly, right? So,
Hmm.
so, so you're going to get paid more upfront, and then but you still have that trickle, and it's not a trickle; it's a few $100 per client, right?
That's right.
Which is not a trickle, but
It's about,
but
for me, it's about 500 a month for each one.
there's not. Yeah, I mean, that's every new client bringing in another $6,000 per year is what that boils down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. And then it just runs. And you're teaching people, you've been doing this, you're an expert. You're teaching people how to do this. And the part that I really, and again, folks, we're not revealing the details because that's unfair to Jeanne. But the part that I really, really, really like, because you are one of the best salespeople I've ever known.
Thank
Okay.
you. I
And
enjoy it.
I know you do,
It's like
but
breathing to me.
but
Yeah.
you're also really good at it. And the part that I really, really like with this, and I think you've got more of an emphasis on this than you've had in some of your past products, which were wonderful, but I think you've got more of an emphasis on this part, is the how to land clients part, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you're teaching people how to prospect, how to sell, how to land clients for this. You're getting all into the nitty gritty of that from someone who is a freaking ninja when it comes to selling.
You got room to talk.
I know, but I'm talking about you.
Okay. Text one to know one.
Yeah, and I love that, right? I love
Yeah.
that because folks, people get into this digital marketing space, whatever you want to call it, local business marketing space. They get all this technical stuff. They get all inspired. They buy all this stuff. They're like, Einstein when it comes to video marketing or something like that, and they don't make any money. And the reason they don't make any money is because they can't sell.
Right.
But somebody who can sell can fumble along with, I've seen this over and over again. Somebody who can sell can fumble along with the technical stuff and make an insane amount of money.
Yes.
So really the ability to sell, I mean, it's not clear to people when they get into this world, but it's the ability to sell that's really in people's way. Their unfamiliarity with it. They've never been, selling is a skill that it's like swimming. It is a skill that you can be taught.
It is. And a lot of times, Lee, it's a matter of asking questions and then shut up and listen.
It's not hard when you know how to do it, and it very much becomes second nature after you've done it for a while. But if you've never been taught that process, it's, it's hard to figure out. But then you have all of this social fear, all of these obstacles that come up with normal people that don't know how to sell, and that just stops you in your tracks. And then you get all disappointed because you're not really making any money, which is
Yeah, and there's
frustrating as all get out.
nothing happens until a sale is made.
You're going to teach people how to do that.
I'm
See,
gonna
that right
try.
there, that right there is worth far more than what you're asking for this whole thing. I mean, you're selling people an entire business system, but the fact that you've got this emphasis on how to land clients, when you told me what was included and you hit on the how to land clients, I thought, hallelujah, that's exactly what people need. Now, how many OTOs are involved in this thing? Do you need them, and can you describe them briefly for us?
I would like to mention one thing. You didn't want me to give the farm away, but one thing on the front end of this.
You can give the farm away. I'm just not giving your farm away.
Okay. It's a beautiful WordPress theme for veterinarians, content loaded, choice of home pages, landing page for PPC if you want to do it. It's beautiful.
Let's take a second here because I've got that up on my browser. Let's just go over here for a second. Can you see that? Not yet. Perhaps now.
I see your kitty. Yeah, only I'm not seeing the header. What happened to the header?
Oh, I just don't have it all the way up. Right here.
I'm still not seeing the header. I may have given you the wrong link because there's a beautiful header on there that I don't see. How about if you scroll down a little bit? Let me see something.
I mean, it's a beautiful theme.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your guys haven't quite finished putting everything on here,
I think I gave you the wrong link.
Okay, but
I listen. Go back up just a little bit. Look at there. Taking care of pets. Go down. Taking care of pets in your city since 20. I love whatever. That. And our client, and those little numbers scroll. They're not doing that right now. Treats given, bellies rubbed, sloppy kisses, and happy families.
That's cute.
I put that on my own veterinarian's website, and people just always comment on that. So
sick pet care vac. So
you're not seeing the whole thing that I've done yet so far. So for some reason, none of the pictures are showing up.
Yeah. So I figured there were pictures here, and I just thought that maybe you guys hadn't shown
and also
us
I've got it with an SSL on it, and that says not secure up there. So I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, you get a tiny little, listen, you could sell this site for $1,000, $1,500 to anybody, but you can use it as a way to land the client. You can sell it for a little bit of money. And one of the microservices is you could host it for them and do a couple little edits here and there. That's a microservice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they get
But
that beautiful theme, which folks, just a little caveat, it wasn't quite complete, that example that we saw, but you can see I mean,
yeah,
this is a premium theme that you can sell for really a nice amount of cash to your veterinary client. And then you tack on to that a microservice. So now you're making at least $1,000 up front, really more because you've got the setup for the microservice,
yeah.
making at least $1,000 up front. And then you're making, $500 a month.
Because a lot of veterinarians, their websites looked like they were made in the mid '90s.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
insane. I don't really understand that, but I understand that that's true for a lot of vets. I'm not
yeah.
sure why.
I don't know either.
So
Um,
now, the first OTO.
a pack of marketing materials. Do you need it? I'd say yes. Do you really have to buy it? No. But you're going to turn around and need to have the stuff made for yourself anyway if you take this seriously. So why not get it for $47?
Yeah, that's
It's a
what I was
no-brainer.
thinking. I mean, can you just buy the front end product and be done with it? Yeah,
You
sure.
could, and then you're going to turn around and say, "Oh, but I'm going to need this and this."
Yeah, but if you're gonna, if you're really gonna get out there, using how you teach people to get clients, if you're really gonna get
Yeah.
out there and get clients, you're gonna need a lot, if not most of this stuff. You want to give us a little rundown about the high points, because you have a massive ton of stuff in this marketing
I
materials
do.
stuff,
I do.
and
Well,
it's
for one thing, I wanted people to be able to get some little videos that I have used for years with all of my clients. I don't care whether they're roofers or plumbers or vets or chiropractors or whatever. And those are those little videos called explainer videos, those little 3D
yep,
animated videos that are so cute. And they're expensive to have made, but I had some made and we're putting, I think, 5 in here. So I was pricing those out on Fiverr the other day. Oh my gosh. One guy wanted $400 to make one. I
mhm,
thought, oh no, thank you. But it's typical to pay between $50 and $100 for one of those. You're going to get 5 of these. Um, I'm having flyers made, some for the marketing end of it for you as the marketer, some for the vet where he can use. Um, for Facebook, we're having some timeline banners made, and some of them are video timeline banners. I mean, that's really hot now. I'm giving you some free software where you can overlay your own logos and information on those banners. All the social media banners, YouTube, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. But to me, the highlight, well, there's 2 highlights here. One is those little animated videos. And the other one is I just had my writer do 12 brand new newsletters for a month's worth of newsletter service to the vet. No one has seen these, not even my own clients. I haven't used them.
right.
And I'm going to teach you how to have your vet client set those up in a little free autoresponder.
Hmm.
He can also print them out and put them in his office. You're teaching him how to keep in touch with his clients.
Huge.
I almost said patients, but those are the pets.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah. And so all that's in there, Lee, for $47. It's a
It's an
no-brainer.
it's an insane value. Do you
It
have to
is.
have it? No. You'd be kind of crazy not to get it though.
Yeah, I think so. And then, of course, OTO2 is my absolute love. And that's the social media assets for posting on, well, Facebook, number one, but you can post them anywhere.
Mhm.
I have had my writer and my designer in the last couple months go to work and make a complete pack of 180 new images for veterinarians and 90 MP4 videos. All the Photoshop files are included. I'm going to give you a link to get a free alternative to Photoshop. And because a lot of people don't want to pay for Photoshop, and yet they want to do editing. Like if you live out of the country and maybe you don't call something one thing or another, little edits. Um, anyway, and then all the comment sheet, of course, for the posting. This is the whole thing. Lee, I sell this whole pack in my Thrive Cart store every day for $264.
Mhm.
And
I know you
people
do.
buy it every day.
And they should. And that's a great price. But I
And
know
they
that
haven't seen that. My own buyers have not seen these. I saved it
mhm, mhm.
for us.
And that is a great price,
I saved
even
it for
at that
us.
price. But
Yeah. And it's $67 for the whole thing.
I was going to say during the launch period of
Yes.
this, it's going to be massively less.
Then it's going to go back up to 264 just for
Okay.
this. So
And those are the only two OTOs, right?
yeah, I wanted it simple. I wanted to pack as much as I could into as little outlay money wise as we could for the folks.
Mhm.
Because listen, I was a beginner at one point. I remember when I had to sit and plan exactly what I was going to buy and when. Not just willy-nilly buying stuff all the time. And I've got a really smart hard drive. But I
Yeah,
don't want this.
right.
I don't want this to be that for people. I want you to see the value in this and go, wow, she did not up and down sell me to death,
Right.
and that little thing popping up and saying, oh, wait, oh, you
Mhm.
didn't want that? Well, here, take this.
Right.
I hate
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate
Yeah.
that.
I know.
And so I wanted to give it to you in 1, 2, 3, and then give you solid gold. And that's what I think I've done.
Just to make it clear that OTO2, I mean, OTO1's marketing materials, but OTO2 is basically setting people up with yet another microservice that they can sell
Oh,
and get
yeah.
paid monthly.
Yeah. And if you do nothing else but that for a vet, they don't have this. They might have a website. They might not want to do newsletters, although they love it. But I mean, they could not want to do a lot of these things. They don't have social posting going
Oh,
on
I
a
know.
daily
No, I
basis. They
mean,
don't.
it's too difficult to do,
Yeah.
because you have to do it every day, and so that Facebook rewards you and all that stuff. And it's just
Yeah.
who has time to do that? But then your business comes in and provides that for them. So now we've
Yep.
got um $1,000, $1,500 set up for stuff. We've got $500 to $600 a month per client monthly,
Hmm.
doing services that they will never drop out from. And
And there's no expectations other than, did you do this? Yes,
that's
we
it.
did.
See, I love that. I learned that a few years ago to sell, not to quit selling results, and that had a
Yeah.
huge impact on things.
Yeah. It gave your life back, didn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is stress free. Did we do that for that client? Yeah, we did that. Cool. Okay, so they got what they paid for. We're good.
Yeah. I love it.
It's
I
stress
love it.
free. Awesome. Now today is Monday. This launch is Wednesday, if I'm correct,
Wednesday at 11 Eastern.
and Wednesday is the 21st of October,
It is.
and at 11 Eastern, I've got a cool bonus package for you guys.
Mm.
I love Jeanne's stuff, and even if you've bought, let me just say this, because you have released a number of these social posting packages for different types, plumbers, HVAC people,
Yeah, there's about 15 of them.
chiropractors,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. If somebody's bought those, well, good for them, because they bought some of the best stuff that's on the market with
Yeah.
fabulous training. But don't think that this is a repeat of that, because yeah, OTO2 is a repeat of that, because except it's for veterinarians, which you've
Yeah.
never released. But the front end is a brand new concept.
It
It's a
is.
brand new microservice concept, easy to sell, set it up one time. The setup's super easy, get paid
Hmm.
forever.
Yeah. And Lee, I want to end by saying this,
Yes.
because people may be wondering, why veterinarians? It's a $42 billion industry in the US alone. And they happen to be some of the nicest people I've ever done business with.
Yeah.
Because I have found, I mean, you're a dog lover. I'm a dog lover. You've got even a cat running around there. I don't
I
have
have two
cats.
dogs and three cats.
I don't know that mine would get along.
I have a freaking zoo.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I've had African dwarf frogs and guinea pigs. I've had snakes. Um, but anyway, over the years, my vet has been an important part of my life. And he was my first client. He's been my vet for 25 years.
Mhm.
And he sends me a dozen roses to the house when we've had to put some of our
Yeah.
little friends down.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are nice, and they grow attached to your pets, and
Yes.
they could never do what they do if they weren't nice.
Easy people to work with.
Easy
Yes.
people to work with.
Right.
And you can find snobs here and there. I mean, I fired an attorney one time. He was paying me a lot of money. I just, nah,
Right.
couldn't deal with it. But these guys are nice.
Uh-huh.
And anybody who loves my animals, well, we're going to have a love affair ourselves,
I love it.
And so that's why I love veterinarians. And I have a lot of them, and I've had them for years for several different services that I offer. And so I thought, why didn't I do this before? I love these guys,
Easy
and
niche, underserved niche or niche
yeah,
for our friends across the pond. Easy niche, underserved niche,
yeah,
great people to work with.
absolutely.
What you're selling, your microservice sells itself because every business wants to do this. They know they should do this. They don't have the bandwidth to do this, and they're going to pay you what really amounts to peanuts to do this. So hell yes, let's do this, right?
Yeah, let's do this.
They don't drop out. And this is a great way for somebody to build a phenomenal business, just as you have. And folks, Jeanne and I are good friends. Jeanne, you've let me in on the growth of this little microservice empire of yours, all the way from the beginning, when you had a few clients, all the way till now, when you have like massive tons of them. And I watched the thing work, and it flat out works. And it's amazing. And people need to get
I
in
remember
on
when I
this.
was calling you, said, Lee, I got 10 clients for this.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, Lee, I got 15.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, and you have far, far more than that now. But
yeah.
You're teaching people how to do that. You're teaching people so that in 2 or 3 years' time, they could, if they focus on this, have a really nice business like yours.
Yep.
As a friend of mine says, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time to plant a tree is today. So if you want that business 2 or 3 years from now, you better get Jeanne's product today and start building that client base.
Yes, indeed.
Love it. Awesome.
I'm all here for you.
Thank you so much. It's a great product. I'm really excited about it, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate yours, Lee.